How's it going out there, true believers? It is I, Shane, and I'm here to give you my review for Agatha All Alone, Episode 1, Seekest Thou the Road. And before I go any further, please, I would like you to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of more reviews like this. And if you want to support me even further, my Patreon is in the description below. So we're back once again, and while I was preparing to watch this, to do this review, I was thinking to myself, what was the last movie? I always think, what was the last thing that came out? The last thing that came out was Wolverine and Deadpool, the instant 5 out of 5 classic. Go watch it. Everyone has their own opinions, but that movie's damn good. I just, how can you not love it? Regardless of such, the next movie that's coming out is Thunderbolts, which I saw the teaser trailer, even though teaser trailers look like regular trailers now, right? Teaser trailer came out this morning. Looks good. I hope it's not a case of trailer looks good and movie is mediocre, because I am a big Thunderbolts fan. One day I will go through about the Thunderbolts, but you hear it from me first. The Thunderbolts are not Marvel's Suicide Squad, okay? That's not who they are. They don't put the bombs in the neck. They don't do that shit. That's a DC thing. And DC should keep the Suicide Squad, and Marvel should keep the Thunderbolts and not like the Suicide Squad. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the magical part of Marvel. You guys remember a little show called WandaVision, which actually kicked off all of the Disney Plus MCU shows? Turns out it's still top 5, easily top 5, one of their better shows, right? I think once you get to, I think the top 5 is, at least top 3 would be WandaVision, then Moon Knight. I think once you leave those two, like the other 3 are kind of preferences, because I love Hawkeye. I think that show's really good. Let me see. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I actually enjoy that show as well. And Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel wasn't a bad show. Have not seen Echo yet. In case you were wondering, you're looking through and say, hey, how come I don't see anything about Echo? It's because I haven't done one for Echo. And it's not that I don't like the character. If I can remember correctly, I feel as though I had just finished the last series that came out before Echo, and then Echo just came up and they spammed out all the episodes, and I needed a break. I like doing this. I don't ever want to feel like it's a chore. Even though it's my job, it's not a chore. So I need to find time to just sit down and binge all of Echo. I hear it's not bad. It's supposed to lead into Daredevil. So this show here, like I mentioned, the whole WandaVision spiel, it's a continuation of that. Remember, Agnes/Agatha was trying to get all of Wanda's Scarlet Witch powers, because she doesn't really know who she is, and use those abilities for herself, because that's what Agatha does. We actually saw, I want to say at the beginning, maybe episode 5, because I believe WandaVision was only 6 episodes, if not 4. But in the beginning of one of those middle season episodes, we saw Agatha, she's Witch Killer, which she'll be called in episode 2. Yes, both of these episodes were shown back to back. They a double feature premiere indeed. But small sidebar here, I highly doubt that Disney is listening to this, but can y'all start doing premieres other places besides California? I get it's warm, and you can put it at that famous theater, but you could do it other places, right? You can go to New York, you can go to Chicago, you could do some cool stuff at other places. Just saying, getting a little bit jealous of seeing people I know who are like, oh yeah, no, it's just an hour down here and I got the invite. Even if I don't get the invite, show it other places. Pardon me. So she went to steal Wanda's power, use her power for her own, and Wanda was able to not only break her own spell that encapsulated all of Westview, but she also was able to defeat Agatha Harkness, who was using the legendary Darkhold. And this is literally continuing after that. If you want, that's a quick recap. You guys remember the title campaign? When at first we thought it was Agatha Harkness and the Covenant of Chaos, or it was Agatha Harkness. Actually, I don't remember all of the Agatha titles. There, if I can remember correctly, is House of Harkness, Covenant of Chaos, and Darkhold Diaries. That was all of those, which is funny because that's what all the show encapsulates. But it was Agatha all along, just like the little theme song she got in WandaVision when we revealed that she was the true villain all along. I'm gonna tell you my thoughts on MCU shows later, but let's continue. We see some familiar faces. We see Herb, who was the neighbor, black neighbor, Wanda's neighbor, and Agnes, Agatha. We'll call her Agatha from now on. Her neighbor. We have Mrs. Davis, played by, the mom from That 70s Show, right? The Indian guy who was working at the place, but I think his dad was in the hospital when Wanda had put up the bubble and all that other stuff. And there's a couple other neighbors, like the neighbor that played the police chief, his wife that played the library lady. Those folks were in there, and we had some new faces. There was a young man that was trying to steal from her, and she caught him. And then we get Aubrey Plaza. I'm a big fan of Aubrey Plaza. I enjoy her vibe. She is amazing. She's great in whatever role she plays. Now, when you think about it, everyone likes Aubrey Plaza a lot, and she's almost like Ryan Reynolds when you think about it. Like, she kind of plays almost the same person, almost. The stoic, not shit talker, but sarcastic character, although she has done psychotic in a movie that she had with Elizabeth Olsen, where her character was stalking her. I didn't finish that movie, but the bits that I have seen, it's good. I need to watch the ending just to make sure I still feel that it's good. But she's great, and she is in here. Now, continue on the whole TV show theme from WandaVision. She's in like a true crime detective show, and it's super like, this is gonna sound weird to say. It might sound weird to say, but it was super overacted and over the top. Now you're thinking to yourself, well, wasn't that like WandaVision when they went through like the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s show? Yes and no, because the vibe really fitted. When they were doing the first episode, they did the 50s with I Love Lucy. And if you've seen those shows, you're like, damn, that's spot on. And then you get the next episode, it's like, damn, it's hitting it. It's spot on. This was more like Agatha version of it because it was so overacted and so like overly done. So you have the detective lady who comes in, who for some reason just, I haven't seen True Crime, and I don't watch a lot of those crime shows, but of the solving case detective shows I've watched, like Monk, I love Monk, like Monk, Psych, what's another one I could think of? SVU, like the lady detectives and officers don't typically look, I don't know, disheveled or like overly, what's the word I'm looking for? I hate to use the word pretty or masculine, but they tend, like, she looked really rough, really rough. And even Aubrey, when she came in, which you could tell she wasn't part of this world, she came in and she's saying, yeah, it can't be a successful female cop and have the family. That's the big old cliche. Again, if that's the thing in True Detective or True Crime or whatever the show is called, if that's the thing in there, okay, cool, you hit it spot on the mark. But I don't know, it was so overly acted when she came up and gave the exposition to her partner. That was I'm like, damn, like, exposition is coming kind of hard and heavy, right? Or yelling at the kid who, we're just gonna call him Teen for now, that was over. A lot of it was overacted. I tell you the best part of it though, when they, those shows, they have a cold opener and they hard cut into the theme song, and the theme song having all of the characters' names, and it's called Agatha of Westview, and brought to you by the people of the Swedish show WandaVision. Agnes and Westview. Which I'm like, okay. I do enjoy one of the messages in there being so supposedly her character was suspended because she punched the suspect, but the suspect turns out to be an ex-con, and she's like, you can't be right and wrong at the same time, and guy goes, actually you can. I feel that's such a good way of setting the tone, and that's before things got overly wacky. I hate to say wacky, but overly heavy-handed with that whole entire feel. Obviously, you all have seen the episode, right? And if you haven't and you don't care about spoilers, great. It's so obvious that dead body was supposed to be Wanda. Like Wanda in the hoodie and the clothes. Now, here is the funny thing. For a minute, because they said, yeah, it looked like something heavy crushed her and the body was moved. And it's just like it magically appeared. This is all different. It said at different points in time about this dead body, that when they flipped the body over, we purposely don't get to see the face. Did Elizabeth Olsen not want to do it? I guess because you not make a prop of a dead Scarlet Witch face. I don't know. Maybe they were doing it just to be purposely spooky and stuff, right? Purposely not see it, because she is trapped inside of a spell, which seems to be a bit of a dream-ish world. So maybe she sees the face, but we can't see the face, right? But the clothes she was wearing were the last clothes that Wanda wore in WandaVision before she put on her actual suit, with, you know, the hoodie and the mom jeans, and when they were doing that type of show, the Modern Family-like show. So it's interesting. She did have the black fingers and the black feet because of the Darkhold. Rio. So Aubrey's character is called Rio. Is it Rio Velda? I feel like his name is Rio Velda. Totally original character. Completely original character. Which I'm kind of I don't know. I'm kind of sad that I understand that you give Aubrey Plaza her own character. I don't remember the character she played in Legion. I don't know if she was supposed to be the Shadow King. Was she supposed to be the Shadow King? I didn't watch Legion because I just didn't feel the need to watch another X-Men show that was possibly run by Fox. But I get giving her own character, but I wish she was playing like a character that I know would stay around for a long time, because that's kind of the sad part about these MCU shows. I mean, think about the Flag Smashers. The one Flag Smasher girl who should have just been the Flag Smasher. They did. Although in Hawkeye, Kingpin does live, so never mind. That kind of just disproves anything else I was going to say. But look, Khonshu's still alive. I guess when you look at certain shows, you just wonder if the character's going to come back. Because I kind of doubt that Khonshu would be in a movie. But Vincent D'Onofrio, there's no way in hell he's not going to be outside of the Daredevil show. There's no way in hell he's not going to be on an MCU movie screen. I mean, come on, guys. Seriously. But I just wish he was somebody else. And when I get to episode 2 and talk about those characters, oh, please watch that review. That review is going to go up tomorrow. But yes, so much fun. Crazy how she was, that doesn't matter. So let's talk about some highlights here. When she's clawing through to get to herself, which Aubrey's character is telling her, yeah, you know, go through, and she's going through the different eras that she wore when she was in the spell, but playing along, right? And when she gets to that first one, that 50s one, and she takes it off, and then she's naked in there, and we don't get a lot of lady butt in movies or shows anymore. We see Catherine Hahn's butt. There you go. That's a plus right there. See her butt. I'm a straight male, so I'm just saying, you get to see Catherine Hahn's butt. If that's the thing you wanted to see, it's in there. The kid who went to steal from her, who was saying Latin in the episode, like she threw the pictures that was supposed to be dead Wanda, and he's like, these are just flowers, and she's yelling on the other side, and he's like, that's just a painting, and he speaks Latin, and she handcuffs him. No, she just kind of threw him in the closet and taped his mouth. He shows up, and then she goes, oh, if he was real, that means the lady who I hate. And she comes and attacks her and makes her bleed. She knows that she has no power. Senior Scratchy's around because I'm going to talk more about Senior Scratchy later, but what's weird to me, now she has no power, but what's weird to me is that she's going to convince Aubrey to say, go, you don't want to kill me while I'm weak and I don't have my power. Just let me get my purple back. With her purple power. Let me get my power back. Because she tried to do the power after she confronted her neighbor, Herb. Because now the whole neighborhood's looking at her naked. And he's like, well, you're a good neighbor. I mean, you never push boundaries, as he's trying to hold his hands up to not look at her. They don't like to say the name Wanda, which she taunts them, calls them cowards. She said that Westview is a cesspool. You have to remember this. As much as we all love Catherine Hahn, I love Catherine Hahn. Like she plays Lady Doc Ock in Spider-Verse. I just couldn't have found a better person for that role. She is usually funny, poignant. Her delivery and most of the things that she's in is really, really good. So Catherine Hahn, the person, is great. You got to remember that Agatha Harkness, she's a bad guy. She's an asshole. She killed a dog. I'm just saying. She killed a dog, kidnapped kids, tried to take a lady's power, and was really messing with her during the time that she had a big ass mental breakdown. Not saying I'm I'm not taking up for Wanda, because Wanda stands for some reason like to just go to bed and just say she did nothing wrong. Small rant. I'm annoyed with the trial of Magneto. Ham-fisting and just speed running through going, oh yeah, the mutants like her now because she allowed it that you could bring back anybody that's died since the point of A to B. And if I ruin Trial of Magneto for you, don't worry, it's not that good of a mini-series arc. Can you tell I'm not a big fan of Wanda Maximoff? I love Elizabeth Olsen though, she's great. Which part of me wonders if they didn't show her face in it, because Elizabeth Olsen has been on record as saying she doesn't want to do the hero thing again, but I've heard that shit before. Mark Ruffalo's like, I don't only want to be known as Hulk. And then somewhere down the line, someone, maybe his wife, said, hey idiot, if you're known as a superhero that, you know, neckbeards and children love, and then everyone else watches the movies and they love it, you can talk about your social issues. And he is a big social activist, and he is just said, you know what, he's all in on that Hulk thing and has used that as his platform. And my thing, Elizabeth Olsen, some people don't like how she was portrayed in Multiverse of Madness. I don't get it. Wanda Maximoff is not a hero. She's not really fully a hero, so y'all get chill on that. Y'all can be mad about that all you want. But anytime she shows up in something, it's gonna be a draw. She can just use that draw because you ain't doing anything else, and then promote it to do something else you doing. And I'm just saying. Just saying. Agatha's bad. Wanda's less bad. I will say Wanda's less bad, but Agatha's bad. You're gonna be really hard for me to cheer for her, especially when, you know, I like Aubrey and Aubrey's about to stab her. But why did she listen to her? She said, well, there's other people that want to kill you, and I'll just sit back and watch, and I'll enjoy it. And to me, that is the Deus Ex weirdest MacGuffin. Was just like, nah, I'm going to watch other people kill you. I ain't going to kill you. I'm going to watch them kill you, and I'm going to enjoy it. What? She has red eyes, though, so that's pretty good. I've already seen, there's theories that she's Lady Death, but no, she's not Lady Death, guys. She has a name. She has a name. So talk about another cool part, how the bookmark that was found in Wanda's pocket, if you give me a second, it was something about rhetoric. I don't feel like finding this. Oh, dialogue and rhetoric, known history of learning and debate. And you take the first letter of each of that whole thing, and it spells Darkhold. And she went to the library, and the library had a big ass burn mark in it. Wanda had not only taken a Darkhold, but burned any other copy of it, so she can't get her powers back. And I think I like the fact that Herb was like, you know, we all kicked in and brought you food and stuff. It's just, you know, you kind of went a little bit crazy, but now you're loosened and you're powerful. And she's like, oh yeah, I am powerful. Lady, these neighbors who you have been trapped to being with for 3 years, fam, some of them actually like you. And when I get to episode 2, I'm just, oh, Lord, Agatha, she's such an asshole. Such an asshole. Digressing here. Apparently, this group of witches called the Salem Seven are going to come after her. Aubrey licks her hand because she... Pro tip. Pretty, this is a knife, and this is the blade part. Don't struggle with someone for a blade on the blade part because you're going to get cut. But she licks her hand and magically she is healed. And after blowing through the whole door, and that's where the episode ends. I guess I'll give my rating first, and then I'm going to go on this rant about Marvel shows. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 because, funny reason, Catherine Hahn, but real reason, Aubrey Plaza. I like Aubrey Plaza. It wasn't a bad start to things, but it's kind of normal. But Aubrey Plaza, it's a 4 out of 5. Don't question me. So I got you for a minute. Because I'm not gonna make this go past 30 minutes. Well, I got you for a minute. Let me just... I was all on board for the MCU shows because it makes sense. Not everyone can get a movie. You can't give War Machine a movie. You can't give Falcon and Bucky a movie, although you can and you will and you already should have. You can't give Hawkeye a movie because other people don't understand how great Jeremy Renner is, and they also don't understand how amazing a character that Hawkeye is. You do it for smaller things. And in the beginning, when we're talking about that first year of shows, those first 4 shows, first 3 to 4 shows, 4 shows, which were WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Oh shit, it was actually 5. Loki is easily top 3. Yeah, Loki's top 3. Loki, Multiverse of Madness. What If, Hawkeye. First 5 shows. Damn, that is a lot for 1 year. But the first 5 shows, it's great. It makes sense. Okay, you have Loki, and the Loki thing is going to introduce the whole multiverse, and we get Kang, which you really screwed up on that. I won't drop an F-bomb yet. But that Loki stuff was cool. And then you got the What If that can show different stuff and lean more into the multiverse stuff. And Wanda, we're getting the fallout of her watching her man die. And then, having the breakdown. And then that could lead into Multiverse of Madness, right? Falcon and Winter Soldier is just them picking up the pieces after Steve. This is all fallout of stuff that has happened. See? And that can lead into another trilogy of Captain America movies or something for Bucky to do. Don't understand why you did what you did with Sharon Carter. Cool, though. Whatever. Then you already mentioned Loki. Then you have Hawkeye, where, first of all, watching it every season around Christmas, it's amazing. Where you introduce Kate Bishop, where just characters like Kate Bishop are fun. And then you bring back Yelena, who is the best part of the MCU Black Widow lore, bar none. And you bring in Kingpin. It's like, oh shit, Daredevil's here. Then oh yeah, we did see Daredevil in Spider-Man, but still, oh shit, that's great, man. Ow, injured my finger. Ow. But all of it makes sense and it connected, and you felt like, okay, when there's another Avengers movie, these are gonna be the people we see. These are gonna be the guys. And now as we go further along, when I heard about them coming up with the Agatha All Along and show, what is this for? Right? Now, we've been trying to get the magical side of the MCU out for a while. We being them, right? They've been trying to get it out. You have space already with Guardians and all that other stuff, right? We already have the Earth side with espionage. We have the space stuff with Thor too. So we got to push this magical stuff with Doctor Strange and, well, not Loki, because Loki is now transdimensional stuff, but with Doctor Strange and Wanda and hopefully Midnight Sun sooner or later, right? Whew, I can't wait to talk about that second episode. But you're pushing through with that stuff, and this could show that side of it. I heard rumor it's supposed to introduce Wiccan's real name's Billy, right? Supposed to get Billy out there. Is this kid Billy? I thought he's supposed to be. Other people have theories, but meh, I don't know. I don't know. So I'm just wondering, what is this for? Now, that was my initial thought from this. I have some different thoughts from my review of episode 2. If just watch it when it comes out. But that's just my rant. I wish these shows would just either further the movie, where it's like, hey, all right, we showed you this person's personality, we can have them join a team, or we can show you the fallout of something. Give it 6 episodes. I was gonna say 4 episodes, but yeah, give it 4 to 6 episodes, and you can see where that fallout comes from and see what could happen, and then everything will be good. That's kind of where I'm hoping that the shows can go, because now Armor Wars was supposed to be for Rhodey, turn into a movie, but it might be canceled along with Blade. Just cancel Blade. As much as I want to see Blade, just cancel it. We'll come back to it at another time. If this leads into more magical stuff, the things with, Ghost Rider and Midnight Suns, sure. But I'm really hoping. 4 out of 5, though. Wasn't bad. It was okay. Aubrey, you gave it an extra boost up. Tell me what you thought of the season premiere of Agatha All Along. What you thought of this first episode. I was initially flabbergasted, but episode 2 is going to make you feel a little bit, made me feel better, so I hope it makes you feel better. Until next time, please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of more reviews like this. My Patreon's in the description below, so if you want to support me, anything you give, it helps, and I appreciate all of you. Please be good, be blessed, wash those hands, drink some water, be good to yourself, be good to others. Either way it goes, please don't be a jerk. And remember, there are people out there that care about you. Reach out and speak to someone if you're, feeling a certain kind of way, right? There are people that rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. I guarantee it. Until next time, true believers, I'm looking forward to talking about this second episode, which is actually making me look forward to what's going to happen on Wednesday. So I'll see you then. Excelsior.